yes, I would do anything to have one more minute with my daughter. But it doesn't matter.
Spanning 21 years and 6 series, NCIS is an absolute juggernaut of a franchise, and its latest entry, NCIS Origins, acts as a prequel to the series that spawned it all, focusing on fan-favorite character Leroy Jethro Gibbs, originally played by Mark Harmon. ScreenRant has the rundown on everything you need to know about NCIS Origins.
I'm your commanding officer, I'm just your boss.
Yes, sir.
Gear up.
Where's my gear?
With a 19-season run on NCIS that resulted in over 400 episodes, Mark Harmon became a staple of CBS primetime television, having a brief run as a leading man on the silver screen in movies like The Presidio and Summer School. His transition to TV leading man worked out extremely well. His performance as Leroy Jethro Gibbs was a huge reason the NCIS franchise became as successful as it did. Harmon is a likable actor that gave an effective, affable performance week in and week out, but after nearly 20 years in the role, he called it quits. No shame in that decision whatsoever. So when CBS announced that 1990 set prequel series NCIS Origins would focus on Gibbs, it seemed likely that Harmon wouldn't be involved. Not so fast, with Harmon set as narrator of the new series and returning for a cameo in the pilot episode. NCIS fans will be getting at least a small dose of the elder Gibbs. Harmon is also set as executive producer and hands-on creative collaborator behind the scenes. No other details are forthcoming quite yet, but rest assured, NCIS fans, you will be getting your Harmon fix in the near future.
Now that they want a payback. You got an address?
Call his PO.
Okay, let's go.
With Gibbs being such a long-lasting, iconic character, the recasting of the role is a big part of the new spin-off Survival. CBS clearly has big shoes to fill, and fill them they did. Stepping into the role of Gibbs is 39-year-old Austin Stowell, a veteran of the business with a long line of acting credits under his belt. A few career highlights prior to NCIS Origins include the acclaimed film Whiplash and Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies, where he played real-life captured pilot Francis Gary Powers. Stowell has clearly worked with some big Hollywood hitters. He even appeared on an episode of NCIS Los Angeles as a completely different character. Luckily for Stowell, Harmon seems to be 100% behind his casting and in support of the show in general. According to showrunner North in the TV Line report, Harmon is as hands-on as we want him to be. While fans of NCIS could have taken another 10 seasons with Harmon, it was clear to him that his full-time days in the franchise were over. 19 seasons of long network television schedules can take their toll. Yes, he was making big bucks on the show, but quasi-retirement is hard to ignore. The man is 73 after all, but just because he left NCIS doesn't mean he wants to leave the franchise altogether. His involvement with NCIS Origins proves that, and rumors abound concerning his return to NCIS in some capacity, as a small cameo or reprising his role in the series finale, if and when CBS decides to cancel the show. But NCIS ratings are doing just fine, and that's exactly why NCIS Origins needs him. It's a new show. Yes, it's about Gibbs and his early days with the United States Naval Investigative Services, which seems like a no-brainer for CBS and all involved. But nothing is ever certain, and that includes ratings. Roping Harmon into this project doesn't guarantee success, but it comes close. Should it prove successful, this project is a win-win for all involved. CBS expands the exploits of one of their most successful characters in Gibbs, while keeping Harmon involved part-time. Harmon continues to play the character he cultivated over 19 seasons, but in a much more agreeable, later-in-life scenario. And the NCIS franchise keeps getting Gibbs and Harmon for the foreseeable future. While NCIS is known for its spin-offs, with it actually being a spin-off of JAG, if NCIS Origins proves to be a hit, don't doubt for 1 minute that more prequel series aren't on the horizon. While Mark Harmon was front and center during his 19-season tenure on NCIS the show, and the franchise as a whole, it's also known for its memorable, colorful supporting characters. Polly Perrette as Abby Scudo, Michael Weatherly as Anthony DiNozzo, and David McCallum as Donald Ducky Mallard are just a few of the many long-lasting fan-favorite characters that have populated the show over its 22-season run. Yes, new well-written characters are absolutely essential to the success of Origins, but a little or a lot of fan service never hurts. So will any original NCIS characters be showing up in NCIS Origins? The answer is straight up yes. Returning to the NCIS fold is the character of Mike Franks, Gibbs' former partner and mentor. Played over 20 NCIS episodes by Muse Watson, the younger version is now played by Kyle Schmid. Two of the most important characters relating to Gibbs' backstories have also been recast. His wife Shannon, originally played by Darby Stanchfield, and his daughter Kelly, portrayed by 4 different actors over the course of the series. Gibbs' estranged father Jackson will also return, originally played by Ralph Waite. Longmire star Robert Taylor will embody the younger Jackson in NCIS Origins, and something tells us that these won't be the only batch of original characters that find their way into NCIS Origins. While old characters can successfully amp up the nostalgia factor, a new prequel show is only as good as its new characters, and NCIS Origins has plenty to share with the viewers. Mariel Molino plays female agent lead Special Agent Lala Dominguez. She also looks to be Gibbs' eventual new love interest. Filling in the NCIS team are Tyla Abercrombie as Field Operations Support Officer Mary Jo Sullivan, Daniel Bellamy as Special Agent Granville, Granny Dawson, and Julian Black Antelope as Chief Medical Examiner Kai Blackrock. Rounding out the new cast are Tank Girl herself, Lori Petty, SNL alum Bobby Moynihan, and notable character actor Patrick Fischler. If NCIS Origins has the legs that NCIS continues to have, there is a very good chance that these new characters become as beloved, and in some cases as iconic, as Abby Scudo or Ducky Mallard are. Origins is set in the early 1990s. It chronicles the start of Gibbs' career at Camp Pendleton as a special agent for the United States Naval Investigative Service, or the NIS, which is a precursor to the NCIS. Gibbs is posted to Camp Pendleton just after the murder of his family. He's assigned to this new posting as a way to deal with the grief of his tragedy. Considering that NCIS Origins is a prequel to NCIS, watching the original series isn't necessary. Essentially, viewers will be starting from the beginning, but if you're a fan of the original series, exploring the backstory of Gibbs and other characters will be an enriching way to change your perspective on old NCIS episodes. It will definitely help inform the expansive history that already exists over 19 seasons of Gibbs on NCIS, especially the episodes that deal with the tragedy of Gibbs' wife and daughter. The two series should complement each other quite well, and if you love what you see in NCIS Origins but haven't watched a minute of the Mark Harmon NCIS run, well then you're in for a treat and a marathon. You have a whopping 435 episodes ahead of you. So do you think NCIS Origins will live up to the original NCIS series, or will it be even better? Thank you for watching ScreenRant, and stay tuned for more TV news.